Okay, let's see. Lady J, you are the first one, it looks like. Angel 1111, peace family, great goddess, great goodness goddess, peace, peace to everybody, peace to the tribe. Peace family. The feathers are up today, right? We at war. Peace family, peace. Brother Dreamwise, peace, peace. I'm doing good. How's everybody doing? I know you guys probably shocked to see me again so early. You know what I mean? But we still at war, family. Right? We still at war. Right? The feathers are still up. Right? The feathers are up. Right? That's why I walk around like this in public. Feathers up, represent my culture. Right? Copper colored people. Right? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right? I just thought about what you posted. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, family. Right? We gotta fight on all fronts. Right? Mentally, physically, legally, spiritually, all that. All right. So y'all know how it is, man. Brother Yusuf always got some good stuff to give y'all, man, right? Brother Yusuf usually pull out a book or two on y'all, some information. But I want to get to this wand video, right? But I had an experience last night, right? That kind of made me want to do this video. Okay, let's just say that. Brother Yusuf had an experience last night. Thank you, family. Thank you. Black apocalyptical. Thank you. I had an experience last night where I went to another hell state, right? It happens a lot, right? It happens sometimes, but you know. Um I'm still a beginner. I don't know what my first ritual should be. Well, if you're just Michelle Smith, if you're just starting out in magic, it's not about doing rituals, okay? It's about real growth, okay? It's about really growing spiritually. That's what you want to do, all right? You want to really grow. You want to really grow spiritually, okay? That's what it's about, family. It's not about doing rituals. Rituals are ways to hack into the matrix, okay? There are ways for us to hack into the matrix, but what we want to do is we want to grow spiritually, right? So what our brother Yusuf recommends you doing is working on your energy body. Nobody don't want to do that. That's not fun, all right? And I'm gonna get to the story, y'all. I'm gonna get to the story. Lee every day. Peace, my brother. That brother right there, he helped me out. He blessed y'all with something that y'all don't even realize. Well, people who saw the video, they realize it. Good luck. Lee every day. Appreciate you, brother. So, yeah, family, if you're just starting on a spirituality, you don't want to just jump on rituals because you're not going to know what you're doing, right? That's a fact. You're not going to know what you're doing. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your energy up, right? Brother Yusuf talks about this a lot. And when I do the video on wand magic and how to use magic wands, I'm going to bring some science to y'all too, right? Because Brother Yusuf is a person who's really gifted psychically and I can really see spirits, right? And people who has done my a consultation with me, they know I'm psychic, right? People, shout out to anybody that has done a consultation with me, right? They know I'm psychic. Five Luggin, thank you for the donation, brother. I remember you. Appreciate you. You know, people know I'm really psychic when I do my you know, because I don't do readings, right? My consultations, just so everybody know, because people ask me all the time, what does my consultation consist of, right? My consultations are questions and answer sessions where I answer the questions you need to grow spiritually. Okay. So if you want to grow spiritually, right, this is what I do, right? It's a question and answer session to help you grow spiritually. All right. That's what BroYosef does. Right. So if you want a consultation, hit BroYosef up at nulyfetools. It'll be a link below this video when the video is over. nulyfetools@gmail.com. nulyfetools@gmail.com. That's NULYFE tools@gmail.com. You can also hit me up for questions. I don't mind answering short questions, but some people send me 2 or 3 paragraphs. I can't get to those. I be doing this all day. Instagram, I'm answering questions. I'm back on YouTube answering questions. I'm on Messenger asking questions. So I'm a one-man army, right? So if you guys want a consultation, hit BroYosef up at nulyfetools@gmail.com, right? And I will get to you. There's usually a line, but I will get to you. All right. IG. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. The feathers are up. You know, feathers are up, meaning we at war, right? And the so-called black people, and I say so-called because y'all don't know that y'all indigenous, you know, y'all don't know that y'all indigenous. The so-called black people are at war, right? And that's part of my people, right? So this is everybody's fight right now, and the world is showing that, right? We at war. So, like I said, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, family. They're not carnal. All right. So I want to talk to y'all about death, right? I know that some of y'all been waiting for this video, right? To go in deeper about death. I'm gonna talk about what happens after you die. That's right. Bless y'all with that on this video today. What happens after you die? I'm not gonna talk too much about health. I've been going in on that a lot. You know, it's funny because I did the last video on talking about how I went to the hospital, right, and almost died. Right. And it's so funny, man, because the vegans came out of the woodworks. I had to block some of their ass. You know, they was pissing me off, man. You know, but it's funny. But it was so many that was emailing me and writing comments. I had to block some people. You know what I mean? It's like they wait and look for that one little thing. You know what I mean? Well, you know, the reason why you almost bled to death because you wasn't a vegan. That's what one brother told me. His brother told me the reason why I almost bled to death because I wasn't a vegan. Right? That shit was kind of funny. I don't know how being a vegan would have saved me. But, you know, for any of my vegans out there that watch my channel, you know, just come with peace and love. I don't need nobody judging. If BroYosef wanted to, I could judge y'all, right? I'm not a judgmental person, all right? I'm not a judgmental person. But y'all goddamn vegans, you know, your ass probably wouldn't have lived either because you would have had too much damn sawgrass or wheatgrass or some shit in you. You know what I mean? Your blood would have probably been flowing too good. So it's all good though. Right? So yeah, shout out to the vegans and the vegetarians. That's a good lifestyle to have. Y'all keep doing that, but leave me the fuck alone. Please leave me alone. The vegans and the vegetarians, boy, I tell you, y'all so judgmental, man. It's not even funny. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just be judging everybody. Oh, you know, the reason why you got in that car accident, brother, you wasn't a vegan. If you was a vegan, you know, you'd have been thinking better. Y'all a trick, bro. Y'all a trick. Great goddess. Great goodness goddess. You are 100% right. It's not for every blood type. You know, but it's a good lifestyle. It's clean, right? Just understand you killing life. You got to kill life to get life down here. You know what I mean? So we talked about the consultations. If y'all want some, because y'all been hitting me up for the consultations, the link will be below the video. nulyfetools@gmail.com. I done addressed the vegans. Let's get into the video. Right, and we got some good stuff, man. Y'all know BroYosef always gonna bring y'all some good information. Right? I got a pile of shit over here I want to show y'all. All right. So BroYosef last night, you know, I have visions and dreams about hell states and actually go to hell states. You know, shout out to the God bearing Samedi, Ashe. I give thanks to the God bearing Samedi that showed me a lot. I give thanks to the God Anubis that showed me a lot about the underworld. And I give thanks to the gods that people don't even know about that exist in the underworld. I met a cat goddess one time in the underworld. I thought she was best. Her name was something else, but she was a cat goddess, right? She didn't look Egyptian or nothing. Laverne Forrester, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, family. She said, thank you for existing. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny how the dark forces work because BroYosef wasn't even supposed to be born, right? My mama had me at a real young age, at like 15, 14, 15, BroYosef wasn't almost here. You know what I mean? Shout out to my mom and my father who loved me enough, because the dark forces wanted my ass out of here. And now y'all see why, right? And there's nothing special about BroYosef. I just really took on my destiny. And I really started to get into who I was. And I really did work. So for the ones who follow me on Instagram, when y'all saw the halo or the chakra above my head, peace, family, peace. Spiritual and self-development, peace, brother, peace. I really did the work. So you guys saw the Instagram photo with the ball above my head. That's real, right? My daughter's godmother was sitting right next to me. My daughter's godmother, Sonia, was sitting right next to me. Like, this is some real stuff, right? And I went through a whole emotional thing when it happened. So it's not for play, right? When you really do the work, you get results. So, and like I said, y'all follow me on Instagram. BroYosef don't do Facebook like that. Too negative, but y'all follow me on Instagram. I show a lot of things on there, right? A lot of things I've seen in the world, UFO videos and right stuff happening on the planet, right? The dimensions are merging. We're going to the fourth dimension. So, last night I was sleeping. I had an experience, right, where I went to the underworld, and what happened was I ended up meeting this girl. Okay, who had just died. She was murdered. All right. And I haven't been to the underworld in probably a month. You know what I mean? Probably a month. Sometimes I'm in up out of there. Because, I don't like the vibration, I don't like the feeling, but I go there because, you got to learn. Right? I was given that ability for a reason. You got to learn. Right? And I come back to give you guys information. So, I met a young girl that really touched my heart. She was like 16. She passed away. And, she was from like South America, one of these countries in South America, right? Beautiful young girl. And she just was murdered, right? Murdered by her boyfriend, right? Now, when I'm looking at her, I can see all this is going on. And what happened was I'm walking around this area. It looked more like this part of a hell state was a higher level of a hell state. It was the one that it looks like Earth, right? But it's a lot of chaos going on. So she was on a higher version of the hell state. She was a gang member, right? She was a gang member. And it just really broke my heart, man, to see what this girl was stuck like this. And, which is one of the, I can count on one hand how many young people I met in a hell state. But this girl had to be 16, 17 years old. She was a gang member. Right? And her boyfriend killed her. I ain't gonna say how he killed her. Right? That ain't important, but he killed her. He murdered her. Right? And so we're in the city where it looks more like a Texas / Mexican type of town. I don't know where we was at, right? But of course, it was dark, right? And I'm walking down this this little like area of the town where it was like really nobody there. It was cold and dark. And out of nowhere, this girl walks around the corner like going like this. And she's like doing like this and she sees me. And she's like, "Why is it so cold here?" Right? That's what she said. She says, "Why is it so cold here?" And I'm looking at her. I'm like, how old are you? She starts talking like a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English. And she started telling me, oh, such and such and such. And it's kind of crazy because even though I was in my astral form, even though she was talking Spanish, I could still understand her. I could understand what she was saying. And she was telling me, some stuff she didn't want to tell me. She was telling me, oh, somehow I fell asleep and I woke up here. Right? I think somebody kidnapped me, sir. Can you help me get home? And I'm looking at her like this girl don't even know she dead, right? But I'm reading her energy and I'm reading everything about her, right? I'm like, yo, this girl don't even know she dead, man. And she's like, sir, do you have a jacket? Can you help me get home? Right? Can you help me get home? Right? I think somebody kidnapped me. I think somebody kidnapped me for a sex trade. I'm looking at her in confusion, like, and at the same time, she has a big hole in her head, right? She don't even know she dead. So she's sitting there looking at me. And I said, let me tell you something. I said, come over here. She's like, why are we the only one here? Where's everybody? And what she don't know is that there is a lot of things going on in that area because I can hear like wolves howling, or these real wolves. And I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story about a wolf in a second, right? A wolf in the underworld, a werewolf. I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story about that in a second. So I'm looking at her and I'm telling her, I said, look, young lady, you died. You're dead. And she's like, no, 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 I just fell asleep. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Please don't kill me, sir. I'm like, I'm not telling you that I'm gonna kill you. I'm telling you that you died. This is what I said. Look around. I said, what do you see in the sky? Right? I said, what do you, why is it so cold here? Why does it look the way it look? It doesn't make sense, right? And she's like, no, it doesn't. And none of the phones work. None of the phones work, right? So I'm telling her, I'm like, look, I'm like, you died. So I took her hand and I made her touch her head, her face, and she felt the hole, right? She felt the hole. And she's like, and there was no blood, but there was a hole there. And she started feeling it. She's like, why is this happening to me? How am I alive? I said, you're not alive. You're gone. You died. You passed away. And she's like, well, why are you here? I said, well, this is kind of what I do. Like, I'm not the only one that do this. Many of us that come around, And I say, usually I mind my business, right? I say, usually I don't even really help people unless I see something that really touched me. So what I did for her was I did a divine world prayer for her. And, I told her, you need to go through that light over there, right? You need to go in that portal, So it's certain prayers out there that exist. That you can say, right? That you can help remove people from hell states. I told y'all one of them is the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. You can speak that in Aramaic. And there's a bunch of other ones, the Anabacoic. It's a lot of prayers you can say that can actually draw light from the higher realms. And you can help people walk out of there, right? Now, when you do this, it draws attention. So, the dark forces start coming on because they don't like that type of stuff down there. They don't want people leaving. So as I'm walking her towards the light, sure enough, out the corners of my eye, I see, all kind of shit happening. Things that look grotesque start walking up, zombie looking creatures, So I knew that when this girl walked around the corners and I saw her, that she had just got there. She opened her eyes and she thought she fell asleep somewhere, and somebody like dropped her off in the middle of nowhere. And so she walked through the light and that was the end of it, right? But to see a young person like that, right? And this girl, I think she said she was it was somewhere in South America, Ecuador or something like that, right? To see a young person like that lose their life and have half her head blown off, right? Have half her head blown off is really like a crazy situation, man. It really bothered me, right? To see a young person like that. So this is what kind of made me want to do this video today. All right. And of course, I hate waking up after stuff like that because when she walked through the light, all those creatures is looking at me, but, good thing BroYosef know how to defend himself. So that was the story. That's one of the most recent story I had in the hell state. I don't do that all the time. I don't be down there rescuing people all the time. Mostly my family members, right? Some of my family members that may go to a lower hell state, I help them, right? I rescue them. And the first time I went there, that's what I did. I rescued a family member, right? And I told y'all that story The night I met Baron Samedi. Was that one? It was one of those stories I told you guys. Um, and you know, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about hell, right? And some of the things you may see when you go down there. And what you're really dealing with is a different dimension. This dimension mirrors the third dimension, right? And I don't have to continue to say that. You guys see the movies, right? Somebody go to hell and it look like Earth. you know, sometimes some things they show you on TV are real, right? It's not always fantasy. It's not always a joke. Some things are real, right? You should make a video on defense in the astral. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of that in my wand magic video. Since we're merging with the fourth dimension, you're going to have to know how to defend yourself, right? And this is why BroYosef, everybody want to jump on rituals, but BroYosef tell y'all need to learn energy. You can't, even if you're saying magic spells that can evoke energy, you got to have the energy to say the spell, right? You got to have the energy to do it. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you guys some more about some things I've seen in hell, right? I know I always get emails and questions about that, right? And I might tell y'all a story or two. So one of the most interesting things I ever seen in hell. Well, first of all, let me say this, right? So I told y'all hell is a mirror reflection, right? The lower the vibration, there's subdimensions in hell states. I don't like calling it hell because it's not really hell. That's what we call it, but it's just it's just a second dimension, right? It's a second dimension. And there's subdimensions in the third dimension, right? There's subdimensions in the second dimension. And there's different aspects to what people consider hell, right? Just like in heaven, they talk about the seventh heaven, the fifth heaven, So, so the thing is, like, certain, depending on what level you on, you can tell by how much you see. So if you see a lot of abandoned buildings, you on a very low part, right? You are one step away you got one step away from the lowest part of hell, where people pretty much walk around in cold sand. You hear people screaming and crying. There's nobody burning alive, but it's freezing cold, right? It's freezing cold. Is the hell state in Consultation accurate? Hell no. That's not true at all, right? And I love that movie, right? I love that movie, but that's fire is kind of mixed in with hell, right? And I'm not saying that people not on fire. You can see people on fire, right? But the environment is cold. Hell is not hot, it's cold. And I actually experienced this, and then I didn't hear somebody say. I actually heard someone say it in a spiritual lecture years later. I was like, man, he's telling the truth, because I experienced that. So hell is not hot, hell is cold, right? And you can see people burning, right? Depending on what happened to them. But people are stuck in their consciousness. So how you died, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest. If you got your head chopped off in the physical world, you're going to be holding your head in the underworld. That's what it is. Seen that. I seen it. I seen that. I seen people with chopped off arms, right? If you got your head chopped off in the physical world, you're going to be holding your head in the underworld. So, I see the dude with the head on the shoulders like this, you know what I mean? His eyes is looking. I'm like, the hell is going on, Homeboy had his head on his shoulders. And I'm like, oh, what did he do? Right? There was no blood, but he was holding his head. Seeing that, man. Seen some crazy stuff I don't even want to talk about. But like I said, however you die, if you got burned alive, you're going to look like that when you in hell. And sometimes you're still burning when you get there. So that's kind of how it is. So imagine walking around, you see endless rows of people with all kind of things. Some people just had a heart attack and died, simple as that. Some people was murdered and shot multiple times. You may see some of that, some people committed suicide. You're going to see that, right? So I've seen all those things, right? That's more the lower regions of hell. That's before you get to what they call the first dimension, which is just energy. It's like a junkyard, spiritual junkyard. So lowest dimension I just talked about, people walk around on a ground that looks like sand. It's like a black sand, but it's cold. It's freezing cold. And then you have, who said that pseudo occult? I don't even know what you mean by that. But you know, if anybody don't believe this, that's cool. This is for the people that believe, right? I had to just talk to a brother on Instagram today who I showed a picture of something and he was trying to make it scientific. And I had to tell the brother, open your occultic mind, right? Open your magical mind. Stop making everything so scientific. When a person can't understand it and they can't believe it, they try to bring science in. Remember, that's man's science. And I'm not putting down science. Science has its place. But metaphysics is above science. It is above the physical. That's what it means, right? It is above the physical world. That's what metaphysics is. So if a person's a metaphysics and they try to put science into everything, what do you know, and you wonder why you can't get no power, right? You wonder why, you know, this stuff is a joke to you. You know, you don't get no power because yes, you only in hell state based on your consciousness. Yes, the movie What Dreams May Come, exactly, is a great depiction. Everybody watch that movie What Dreams May Come. So, like I said, family, open your magical mind to what's possible, right? That's what the fourth dimension is all about. You can't take no fucking science into the fourth dimension. You can't take man's science into the fourth dimension. You're never going to really understand it. The fourth dimension is the imagination. It's where everything's possible. Anything you could think of, anything you could dream of exists in the fourth dimension, right? Get that intellectual shit out of here, right? I ain't got time for it. People want to know, you know, how I got to my level. I'm like Brother Bobby Heyman. Shout out to Brother Bobby Heyman, the great master teacher, Brother Bobby Heyman, who always talked about freeing your mind. You know, but some of you youngins, you know, and most of the young people, you got a few old OGs, a few older people that stuck in that science shit, and how the hell you gonna call? I don't understand how a person can call, you know, you got some people who come in and they call spirituality spookism. Why would you call it spookism? You're in the wrong shit. Go somewhere where you don't, there's people out there that's doing that now. They're spiritual, but they're saying that some things spiritual are spookism. What are you talking about? You know, you confusing me. You know what I mean? Bobby Heyman had a magical mind and still does. Right? He taught me a lot about tapping into my magical mind. Right? I love Brother Bobby. You know, it's one teacher I never had a chance to meet. But Brother Bobby talked about having a magical mind. Right? And so I don't understand when people bring all this science shit in. Pseudo and, you know, where they talk about science and trying to bring science into metaphysics. You wasting your time. You're not going to really, you know. I know people like that. They can't understand it or they can't get past their ego of who they think they are. And because they can't achieve what you can achieve spiritually, it's pseudo or it's crazy, right? It's crazy. And they wonder why they can't get to the level you want because they're trying to do everything with a scientific mind. Let that shit go. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Think about that, right? Imagination. And then you have the magical kingdom in Disney World, right? And Walt Disney was an occultist. But he was able to tap into the energy of young children using their imagination. So, you know, it's crazy what people think, man. I don't understand some spiritual people trying to make everything into science. Like, get that shit out of here, right? Like I didn't achieve what I achieved by studying the scientific version of it. No, I let my mind go. I let my mind go free, and whatever happened happens. I'm not trying to find a logical reason why. It is what it is. In the physical world, they tell you this shit ain't supposed to float, right? They tell you remote control, nothing is supposed to float. But what if there's people out there that can move things with their mind? What are your scientists gonna say then? See, those are the type of people. They gotta see it. You know, they got to see it to believe it. No, you got to believe it first. You got to believe it first. Believe that it's possible before you do anything. Even when you're learning about moving chi in your body, you have to use your imagination. You can't see your emotions. You can feel your emotions, but you can't see it. So what the fuck are some of you scientific people talking about? And brother, you love science, right? I'm a big science. I can show y'all right now tons of scientific books on science, biology, microbiology, right? Quantum physics, right? I can go into thermodynamics. I studied all that stuff, right? But nothing tops metaphysics, right? So when you get up to the next level in the hell state, you're going to see things that look more like abandoned buildings, but it's going to be really cold, right? Everything's going to be abandoned. Like nobody's there, right? Now, the level I met this girl on was on another level of a hell state, which is more like it looks just like Earth, but it's always dark, right? So she was somewhere in some town, I don't know if she's in Texas or where. But I saw this girl, man, and it just broke my heart to see a girl that young who was pretty much was food for these entities. And you know, I saw her whole life right in front of her. She was a gang member, and she trusted her boyfriend. He killed her. Right, he killed her. So that was crazy. That was crazy, family. So you're going to see that sometimes, and that's where I saw that girl at. Now, another thing I saw that was very interesting in the underworld was I actually went to a flea market one time. I went to a spiritual flea market in the underworld, right? And I actually saw places where sorcerers and wizards and stuff, they buy like spiritual necklaces and they buy spells. You can actually buy a spell down there, right? There's wizards that come down there and they sell spells, right? You can buy a soul, right? I saw a place where you can buy a soul. They had people's souls bottled up, right? Believe it or not, you can buy a child's soul. I saw the soul of a child down there, right? You could make pacts with demons very easily down in this flea market. So what happened one time when I was walking down there, man, this shit looked like Star Wars. There's entities that look like people, and there were some entities that didn't look like people at all, right? But they were selling shit. They were showing stuff. I saw this one djinn, right? I'll never forget. I saw this one djinn down there, and everything he had was just floating in the air. It was the weirdest thing ever, and they had like this green mist around it. I don't know what he was selling. I didn't want to find out, right? But I'll never forget this one lady walked up to me. She was this old lady. She looked like a gypsy or something like that. She walked up to me. I didn't even see her coming. She was like walked up to me and she was like going like this in front of my face. And what I found out was that she was trying to grab my necklace, right? I had this, it wasn't this one here, but I had another piece that I created and this lady was trying to grab it, but she couldn't, you know? And when I looked down at it, it was shining, it was glowing, right? And I had this thing on. I actually invoked this thing when I'm in my, I got other medallions and spiritual jewelry that I wear in the underworld that I just think about. Like I've got my energy to the point where I can think about holding a sword and I can just have a sword in my hand. You can do these type of things, right? You're in the aspect of another dimension where anything's possible. But if you don't have the energy, right, you haven't built your spiritual energy, then you're not going to know these things are possible, right? The physical, I'm going to tell you the reason why people get fucked up in the underworld, or not even the underworld, the fourth dimension, is because they try to use the physical reality. They try to use that and compare it to the spirit world. There ain't none of this in the spirit world. You're going to get your ass whooped. Period, point blank. Right? You ain't no sense of putting your dukes up. It ain't going to work. Them entities is way stronger and they want to snatch you up. You're getting snatched up. That's just the end of it. Those rules just don't apply down there. Right? You may punch something, it ain't going to have no effect. You got to have real spiritual tools. And you got to really know how to work your energy. That's why BroYosef, I even told the sister who was asking about what ritual to start with. No, you start with your energy. Right? Get your energy up. There was a book I had it was a witchcraft book that my wife used to read, and it teaches you how to invoke energy. But I'm gonna talk about to y'all some stuff too. So yeah, I'm going through the sweet market. The lady tries to grab it, and so I'm looking this way, and I turn around. She's like this, And she's got her hand in front of me. And I'm like, I pushed her back. I'm like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? And she's looking at me and she's like, oh, will you be willing to she didn't say sell. She said some other shit like wager or some shit. Would you be willing to do something with that, what you got on? And I forgot I had it on. I was like, no, this is mine. This is my protection. She said, oh, I can give you a soul. I can give you this and I can give you that. She said, I can give you real power right now. You'll wake up and you'll have power. This is what the lady was telling me. She's like, you'll be able to do all this incredible stuff. You'll be able to teleport all over the world. She's like, I'll give it to you. She said, I want what you got on. And I told her, no. Because I know sometimes you make deals with people like that, it comes with a price, right? It comes with a price. When you see a lot of these famous people in Hollywood who they life end tragically, it's because a lot of times they actually sold their soul. That's what that is. Like it's people I love, and it hurts to even say that certain people sold their soul, but they sold their soul, right? Bill Cosby sold his soul, right? If you look at Bill Cosby, he was pretty much not even a big time famous. He wasn't even a big time famous comedian, and all of a sudden the Cosby Show came out of nowhere, and he was this big huge deal after that, right? That's because he sold his soul. And look what our good brother's at right now. That's how these deals end a lot of time, right? Kevin Hart sold his soul. Some of y'all don't see that right now, but it's already, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Because some of us love these people, but the people that y'all think sold their soul didn't sell their soul. Jay-Z didn't sell his soul, right? Yeah, Bob Dylan sold his soul. And I love Bob Dylan, one of my favorite artists. That's a fact. Shit, I think Bob Dylan said it on TV. That's right. Bob Dylan said in an interview that he keeps performing because it's part of a deal he made. Exactly. No, Jay-Z didn't sell his soul. Bob Dylan sold his soul. Kevin Hart sold his soul. Kevin Hart was, he wasn't a big time comedian like that. And this Negro blew up out of nowhere. Right? And I knew when he made a deal. I remember way back in the day, like 2014, 2013, there was I think Brother Bobby or somebody showed this in a lecture. And it was the truth. And before they showed it, I actually saw it. It was a magazine, and on the front, it was Kevin Hart sitting between a white woman's legs. And it said, Kevin Hart got white power. It said Kevin Hart got white power. And see, when we saying white, we're not really talking about just the Caucasian. We're talking about the Jew. No disrespect towards the Jews, but it's the truth. The Jews run this shit. It ain't just white folk, it's Jews that run this shit too, right? The Jews run this shit. That's right. That's right. So it is written, peace. So, yeah, this shit comes with a price, man. And, what happens a lot of times is, these people sell their souls, and it's a whole science to understanding that, right? It's a whole science to understanding selling your soul, because you actually don't have to sell your whole soul. You can sell a piece of your soul. And if a worst came to worst and a person had to sell their soul, you never sell your whole goddamn soul. That's why you got facets. And I'm not telling nobody to sell their soul. I'm making it very clear. But a lot of black wizards, a lot of black magicians, right? In order to get power, to bypass doing the work, they sell a piece of their soul. They make a pact with an entity, right? It ain't the devil, it's an entity. A demonic force. Sometimes it ain't a demon. It could be a jinn. You can sell a jinn your soul, right? A jinn will take a piece of your soul, right? But they know that you don't study, you don't understand the science of selling the soul, or you don't understand the science of the soul, and you don't understand your soul has a facet. It's not just a soul, it's facets to your soul. And since you don't understand that, the demons or the jinns or whoever, they take advantage of that. And they say, okay, I'll just take your whole soul, right? So a lot of wizards and magicians, The reason why they get power quick is because they actually sell pieces of their soul. You can sell your soul to an elemental, right? I know a so-called magician. He told me, yeah, elemental, right? And next thing you know, you can control the wind. And people are like, where do you get the power to control the wind from? Oh, you did some serious work. No, you controlled a piece of your soul. Because last year you wasn't even close to studying spirituality, and then all of a sudden this year you controlling the wind. You a water bender. It's because you don't sold a piece of your soul, right? So the people who you think sold your soul, sold their soul, didn't. And you can usually tell it's the people who don't got a lot of talent, and then all of a sudden they blow up. Right? Like Tekashi 6ix9ine sold his soul. Recently, though. He didn't sell his soul before. He sold his soul to get out of jail and get put in a different position. He sold his soul. It's sad, man. And he's young, too. Y'all think I'm playing? People will approach you. Entities will approach you. It's so dangerous until if you even start thinking about selling your soul, entities, it'll be people that'll start giving you information on it. That's how valuable your soul is. Right? And BroYosef is not putting down left-hand path, because I broke that down in How to Evolve in the Left-Hand Path about black magic and dark magic, the difference. Right? Dark magic, you can really get some evolution shit. And you can be a dark magician and be a Satanist. You can be a dark magician and be on some other shit, right? So it's all about, people who sell their soul. Like, you got to really understand the science of that. And like I said, some people don't know that you don't have to sell your whole soul. You can sell fragments of it, right? And people don't know that. They don't understand that. So, but yeah, this lady was trying to get me to, I'm walking through this flea market where you can buy all kind of stuff, man, in this underworld. And I never forget, it was in this it looked like a beautiful city, man, but it was dark, it was cold. And I never forget, I was walking, I saw it across the street. And as I'm walking, somebody fell out the window. Somebody jumped out. I don't know if they jumped out the window or fell out the window, but they hit the ground. I'll never forget. It was like a pancake. You just see chaotic stuff like that, And like I said, a lot of dark magicians and stuff, you can go to a restaurant on the lower worlds, all that. I know it sounds crazy. I'm just giving y'all what I've seen, y'all. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. This is what it is. So yeah, that's what can happen. You can, if you have the consciousness, right, enough energy or consciousness, you can actually buy things in the underworld to help you in this world. You can do that, right? So it ain't always about selling your soul for money. You can sell your soul for power, right, or fame, or to get in a certain position, right? People don't sell their soul for the dumbest shit in the world, right? Jay-Z followed Aleister Crowley, absolutely. Absolutely. Shit, I got all Aleister Crowley books. The Book of the Law, 777, you name it. I got all of them. I read all his stuff. He was a great magician. Right? So I give respect where it's due. So a person could be super racist, but if he was a dope magician, I give you that respect. Like, yo, you might have been a racist ass motherfucker, but you was a, dope ass magician. I got all the Aleister Crowley shit. Right? So I want y'all to understand that. So I'm going to tell you another story, right? Remember, this is Tales from the Dark Side, what happens after death. And I'm going to get back to that. Well, let me talk some more about what happens after death, right? So based on your consciousness is where you go when you die. So when you first die, everybody, it's not the same for everybody. How do you get to the underworld? Ask Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi taught me that, right? I used to get real heavy, get in there real heavy with Baron Samedi. He blessed me one day. That's a true, honest to God story, right? I had some people that actually practice voodoo. They are part of a voodoo culture, and they actually asked Baron Samedi, did he know me? He said yes. So, but let me get back to the story. So based on your consciousness is where you go when you die, okay? So if you lived a life of murder, crime, all that stuff, it's not about being a bad person, right? It's about, you could be a murderer and something crazy, and you know how to get rid of karma, right? That's a super secret right there. You can get rid of your karma, right? There's people in this world, believe it or not, that do a lot of bad shit and they get rid of their karma, right? You could be a person that have stole from people every day, but you study occult science and study metaphysics. That don't mean you go to hell. Right? So you don't go to hell state for being a bad person, or the second dimension of being a bad person. It's based on consciousness, family. So what type of consciousness do you have? On the flip side of that, you got some people that is super, super beautiful, good-hearted people. But their goddamn consciousness is so low, right? Some of them don't even go to church. I mean, their consciousness is just low. And where do you think you're going to go when you pass away? You're going to go to a hell state. You're going to go to a hell state, right? Or a lower dimension, because you have no consciousness. So if you're an atheist, you have no consciousness, you're going to go to a lower dimension, right? They showed y'all that in the movie, the TV show American Gods, when Anubis came and got that girl, and he said, because you believe in nothing, you're going to go to nothing. Anubis told her that right to her face. You know? So it's not about being good or bad. It's about consciousness. So I gave y'all the analogy also, if a right-hand person is in the gym, spiritual gym, they getting their workout on, building their energy, and a person on the left-hand path is building their energy up, they both can go to a higher dimension. A higher dimension is not about doing bad shit. It's about evolution. What type of thing do you want to evolve into? Right? The goal of a left-hand person is to become their own creator, their own God. Right? They trying to do it by themselves. The goal of the right-hand person is to merge with the one. It's to merge with the all. Right? And the middle path person could choose what he want to do. But the true path is the middle path, because the right and the left-hand path is an illusion. I'll just say that's my opinion, right? So it's based on consciousness, family. So when you pass away, you don't always see light, right? Some people say, well, I saw a big light when I passed away, when I died. I saw a light. Well, everybody don't see light, right? What happens is some people don't see nothing. Some people see darkness immediately, right? Some people see darkness immediately, and they don't see light. Right? So some people, when they pass away, they stuck. They can't leave. Right? They can't leave. They're stuck. And they don't see no light. Right? And that's because they wanted to stay here. Maybe they're attached to their house. They're attached to their children. They're attached to different types of things. And they're not ready to leave. There's too much heaviness. So when you pass away, if you have a lot of regret, it pulls you back down here. It keeps you stuck. If you do go up and start to drift away, it will pull you back down. You'll be reincarnated. You'll be reincarnated. So I want y'all to understand that this thing is about doing rituals will not take you to a higher realm. Ritual work is to hack into the program that you live in, that we call the world, the earth. So if the world is only giving you so much money, you can hack the system. Right? You can hack the system. And once you hack the system, you can get all the money you want. Right? If a person messing with you and, nothing is happening to them because the system is not letting nothing happen to them, or their destiny, well, you can alter their destiny. You can tap into their energy. You can hack that person's energy. You can make something happen to them. Right? So ritual work is about hacking into the physical world to get what you want from it, right? Now, there are some rituals you can do to evolve, right? But for the most part, there's an understanding in this world that rituals will evolve you. And rituals are great. I'll tell everybody, do rituals, right? But I want to be very clear on people need to evolve. Evolution is key, right? Evolution is key. So I want to make that very clear, right? You need to evolve. So what's going to happen is it's very true. Yes, it is very true that do not go into the first light. Okay? Do not go into the first light. It will bring you back down. And for those who have eyes to see, they know that the light that's to bring people down here, the light is very dim. The light is not bright like it used to be. Oh, I saw this great white light. The light is very dim now because a lot of people are not coming back. Okay? A lot of people are not coming back. So the light is dim. And yes, you are supposed to turn away from that light And if you wait, if you turn away into the darkness, you will see another light. That light will take you to not just a higher planet, but you actually go to your spiritual parents, or what you call your higher self. You will go directly to them. Okay? And you can talk over your contract, what's supposed to happen, all that. Right? Yeah, is there a guide to help you choose? You can actually call on one. So if you're ever confused, this is another thing you can do when you're stuck in the spirit world, especially on the fourth dimension. On the hell state, this may not work as much unless you have an ancestor down there. But if you're stuck in life after death, if you're stuck, you can actually call on your ancestors. And the ancestors that are there, especially if you've been giving them ancestor money and hell notes, they coming to help you. All right? So your ancestors will help you. Yes, you can call on Anubis if you have a relationship with them. You know, this is why it's important to build relationships with these deities while you're alive. You know, we can look at these deities as energy, but energy has a consciousness. So they're alive, they're real, right? So at the end of the day, if you've built that's why, you know, if y'all saw my altar, I got deities of death, deities that deal with money, deities that deal with the heavens, deities that deal with war, gods that deal with the sun. I got gods with everything because I want a relationship with multiple energies. So when if I pass away, I need help, then it ain't just like, who is this person calling me? I don't know you. So how some of the gods feel like, why should I help you? I don't know you. It's not my duty. I have to help you. You know? Yes, the movie Coco is dope. Everybody watch that movie. You know? I don't have to help you. That's how the deities feel. Right? So make a relationship with a god or a deity, right? Or elemental. Elementals can help you, right? They can help you cross over. So you're not supposed to go in that first light, family. Go into the second light. It will take you. If you keep waiting, you'll go into a higher light. But sometimes that won't happen for everybody. It depends on your consciousness. So if you're watching this video, you're already on a certain level of consciousness. I'm pretty sure everybody here will go to at least the fourth dimension when they pass away. Unless y'all on the low, y'all some serial killers or some shit like that. You know, y'all some crazy people in the background. Y'all doing some ignorant shit. If not, then you will at least go to the fourth dimension. This is why BroYosef also telling y'all to do a spiritual altar for yourself so you can pull light to you, right? You want to take memory. You want to absorb memory into your aura. It is very important. I'm giving y'all, man, if alchemists and other people heard this shit, it will blow their mind, man. Like, why is this dude giving him on? Yo, you need to pull memory into your aura. You need to be able to hold your memory when you pass away. What do I mean by memory? Light, right? What do I mean by memory? Light. Light is data. It's information. Light also carries memories. So you need to gain more light while you're down here. It is imperative. It don't matter if you feel like you got light or not. Gain the shit. Do the sun work. And also, I gave you guys a ritual you can do for evolution, which is to make an altar. And I told you guys what, I'm not even going to tell y'all again what to put on there. Go back and watch the video. It's called How to Grow Spiritual. Right? And I told you guys what you can do for yourself. Right? To start up pulling at least fourth dimensional light. There's heavens on the fourth dimension. Right? There's heavenly states on the fourth dimension. You pull enough energy in, you can go. Right? You can go. That's right. And some of y'all already doing it. Right? Some of y'all already doing it. Right? So if you feel stuck and helpless on the fourth dimension after you pass away, call on your ancestors or call on your spiritual parents if you know them. If you don't know, just call on your higher self and pray. Right? Pray to your higher self. Diamond Path, thank you for the donation. Right? It's very imperative. Now, BroYosef used to work at a hospital before, right? So I can tell you right now, a hospital is a middle point between life and death. Life comes into hospitals, and so it's pretty much a gateway, right? There's a gateway to the underworld right in the hospital, right? And because I have eyes to see for years now, I can actually see, I've seen people die. I'm talking about doctors saving them, blood coming out their mouth. I've seen people shot, stabbed, cut, overdose. I've seen all that stuff, right? And I've seen people die in the hospitals, and I've seen a spirit leave their body. I've seen people just stand around after they die while the doctor's trying to save them. I've seen people trying to yell and scream, trying to knock stuff over because nobody's paying them attention. I've seen that. Right? And then I've seen some people go right into the light. I've seen that. It all depends on consciousness. Right? I seen this one dude, he passed away from a drug overdose, and he stood by his body after he died, and then he just faded away. Pretty sure he went to a lower dimension. Pretty sure he went to a lower dimension. The biggest place, now I'm not telling nobody to do this. Please don't do this, because I know a lot of y'all not ready for this, but if a person wants to guarantee that they can go to a hell state and have an experience, go to sleep in the graveyard. Right? You sleep in the graveyard, that is the gateway to the underworld, spiritually. Right? I got a future video coming up for y'all. Me and my brother going to do it. You know, it's going to be dealing with the graveyard. I'm going to show y'all how to enter the graveyard the correct way. I'm going to show y'all portals in the graveyard. That's right. You got to know what you're looking for. Right? So the graveyard is definitely a gateway to know. That's why Baron Samedi and all the death deities hanging down there. And there's dimensions, there's areas in the underworld where they got their own kingdoms. Right? Where they got their own places. There's many gods of death. Right? That's very important to understand. Very important to understand. So I'm going to tell y'all another story about real quick about when I was in the underworld, right? So for many years, I used to have this recurring experience when I mean like immediately when I started having deep astral experiences, right? I started waking up in the astral world. I would have this recurring experience of this thing chasing me, okay? And sometimes before I would see what it was, I used to wake up, right? I used to wake up before I saw what it was. But a lot of times this thing would be chasing me and, you know, I would just run and I would wake up. So the stronger I got spiritually, I used to stop sometimes to see what this thing was chasing me. And what it was, y'all, I don't know if it was a werewolf, but that's what it looked like. It had a wolf head, right? This thing was like 10 feet tall and he used to just chase me all over the spirit world, right? Boom, 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 boom. So one particular day I decided to face it. I decided to face this thing because I feel like, you know, yeah, I'm that dude. You know, spiritually, I got some energy, some power, you know, I'm going to face this thing, right? So one particular day I'm in the underworld, right? And I never fly down there. I never know why. I never think about flying, but this one particular time I did. So I open my eyes and I'm on a railroad track, right? I'm like, why did I wake up on a railroad track? I mean, I could feel the cold steel, right? The steel was cold. Thank y'all. I'm glad y'all like these stories. Thank y'all, man. BroYosef is telling y'all 100% the truth, man. So I'm feeling the cold still on the railroad tracks. I get up, I can see like the cold in the air. It's freezing, right? Here come a train, right? With no lights on. It's just a train that's all dark. It ain't nobody driving it. This thing is driving. You know how somebody say you driving like a bat out of hell? That's how this thing was coming down the railroad tracks. So I jump out the way. And as it's going, it starts to slow down. I'm like, it kind of is like weird, like this thing wanted me to jump on it. So I jump on the back of it. It was an empty trailer, an empty thing on the back of it. So I'm hanging out the back. I'm like, this is weird. I said, I'm just enjoy the experience as I'm sitting there in the train, right? All of a sudden, there's like we go through this tunnel that I had to invoke light when I was in this tunnel because I was like, yo, when it's dark like this, I know what's lurking, right? So sure enough, I invoked light, went through the tunnel, and then I put my light out. All of a sudden, you know, so we was on a higher version of a hell state. So there was grass, but the grass was like brown. It looked dead. But it was only like little tiny shards of it. But there was like this, so the railroad track is going, and there's like this hill on the side of the railroad tracks that's going down, right? And on the side of this hill, it had rocks and like little shards of dead grass. And in the darkness, way down the hill, I could see this thing moving. It's moving, man. It's running. The way it's running looks so freaky, man. Right? It looks so freaky. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't care. It ain't messing with me because, you know, it don't want none of me. But when I saw what it was, I was like, oh, man, I should fly away. I should get out of here. But something inside me was like, no, face it. And this happened to me, y'all, when I was on the dark path, when I was on the left hand. So this happened like 2013, right? This experience. So it's running. Boom, boom, boom. This thing is, and the train is going fast right now. It's flying down the track like a bat out of hell. This thing is like shaking and everything. So I'm hanging out the back, and this thing is running. This thing is running so fast, it's catching up with the train. So it's running up the hill. This thing is huge, man. This thing is huge, and it's running. And I remember a guy, it ran up, and it's on the track, and it's just stopped. It said it did like a wolf howl. But this wolf howl was like the worst wolf howl I've ever heard in my life. It was like a hard, you know how wolves go to that high-pitched noise? But it started real low, like, you know, it did one of those. And it started running again. Boom, 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 boom. This thing got superhuman speed. So it's running. I'm backing up in the train now. Like, oh, it's going to go down. So whatever, right? So I'm backing up in the train all the way in the back. And this thing jumps on the train, man. When it jumps on the train, the platform of the train bends. That's how heavy this thing was, right? And it grabs the side of the wall, and it's pulling itself in. And it's just walking towards me, right? Big ass teeth, right? Some shit that you will see in a horror movie, man. And this wasn't a demon. This wasn't a demon. So I didn't want to fight. I was so like scared, and I know the science of when you feel scared, you got to feel love, right? So I started feeling love, and it stopped walking, but it started walking again. So my fear now was gone. I'm like, yo, whatever this thing come at me, we just gonna have to fight. So I looked at it, I said, stop. And the thing stopped moving. It stopped moving. And if it didn't stop, then that's when I was going to try to spiritually attack it. It stopped moving. Not only did it stop moving, it got on one knee. Like it was bowing down to me, right? Come to find out, y'all, the thing I've been running from was my own power. It was my dark power, right? This thing was the power I had on the dark side. It was what I had built up all this time, right? And I was running from this damn thing the whole time, and it was a part of me. So sometimes when you see things chasing you, two things is happening. It's something that you created, and it's a part of you. You need to turn around and face it. You need to turn around and face this thing because it's your own power. It's your own power. The very thing you're afraid of. It can't kill you anyway. It's going to probably scare the hell out of you. So this big, hairy, sweaty, scary looking thing represented my powers on the dark side when I was on that dark side shit happened, right? And guess what happened? Well, first of all, let me tell y'all. So I look at it, I say, hey, get on here. I said, what are you doing? He didn't say nothing. I said, who are you? He said, I'm you. We are one. That's what he said. So when he said that, I remember he put out his hand like this, and I remember his claws was like this, man. This shit was crazy. Like his claws was like this. And he put his hand out, and I could feel the heat coming off of him. Like we in a cold environment, this thing had heat on it. And it went like this. We are one. And when it did that, it literally turned into like to this kind of like mist looking thing, and it went inside me. I'll never forget that. This energy literally went inside me. That's the last time I ever saw this entity chasing me. So let me encourage y'all, right? A lot of things that y'all running from, it's you. It's you. The very thing you running from in your dreams. I don't care if it's a person chasing you. It don't gotta look like this. Now I think this thing looked the way it looked because of what I was dealing with at the time, right? Because I used to get busy on the dark side. I don't even like talking about it. You know, if y'all notice, I don't do a lot of videos on it. I used to get busy, right? You know, I'm debating whether or not I should tell this story. I'm gonna tell y'all one time, right? I'll tell y'all a story one time. BroYosef had to defend himself spiritually, right? This was like 2012. Okay, she said, "Tell it." Said, "Tell it all," right? But I don't like to tell stories when I had to hex people, when I had to do stuff to people, right? But it wasn't me doing something to somebody. I had to defend myself. So what it was there was this brother one time, right? That I was introduced to. And at the time, he was a witch, right? He was on the left hand path. He was a witch, and you know, I'm debating whether or not I should tell the story. So he was a witch, right? And you know, so me and him, we started talking. I should share information with him. He was older than me too. He was like in his 40s. 2012, I was what, 32? Yeah, like 32 years old. So, you know, he used to share information with me. I should share information with him. So he started always telling me, like, man, I'm so impressed with your information, your knowledge, man. You taught me some stuff. He's like, yo, I got an idea. Let's go trap some demons, right? Not demons, it was like entities or spirits that like haunted houses and stuff. And the brother had a powerful spell that actually trapped spirits, right? Shit made sense to me, right? It made sense to me. I hope y'all know, man. A lot of people ain't gonna be this transparent, y'all. Don't think I ain't crazy. Now I ain't gonna say nothing I ain't supposed to say, but a lot of people may not be thought you in your late 20s. Thank you. Nope, brother, you ever be 40 in November. But I ain't crazy. I ain't gonna say what I'm supposed to say, but I'm gonna just share the story with y'all. Hope y'all appreciate it. So he's like, yo, man, let's go trap these spirits and all this stuff, man. And I'm like, bro, like if the spirits ain't messing with me, I ain't messing with them. What are you talking about? He's like, man, I'm gonna go to this house. I want to see you there, man. And I'm gonna trap this spirit, right? I'm gonna trap this spirit. Like, bro, you better leave these spirits alone, right? I'm not going to no house messing with no damn spirits that ain't bothering me. Like, I'm not the goddamn Ghostbusters, bro. Like, what are you talking about, right? Like, out of the blue, he just came with this stuff. So all of a sudden, he went, I guess, that night, and I didn't show up. And I wasn't gonna show up. I told him. So the next day, he sees me and he's like, yo, man, I'm disappointed in you. You scared, you a pussy, all this stuff. I'm never a type of person, like a lot of words don't get to me. It's when a person try to physically harm me that I turn up then, but a person say what they say. So I'm like, yo, bro, like, what you talking about? I told you I wasn't going. You a pussy, you soft, man. You was scared. This thing jumped on me, man. You should have had my back. I'm like, bro, it was supposed to jump on you. What are you talking about? If you go to a place where it's known to be haunted and you go messing with the spirit there, it's supposed to jump on you, bro. It's minding its business. Right? So, yeah, he might have been a little jealous. I don't know. So all of a sudden, he leave. Fuck you. I'm blown away. Like, why is he so upset? I think the brother might have had a little bit of a mental problem, right? And that taught me a big lesson to be very careful who I hang around, right? And the information I give. So he had my phone number. So throughout the week, he texted me crazy stuff. What he'll do to me and all this stuff. And he started telling me what he's gonna do to me. So he would call my number and I wouldn't answer because I'm like, yo, I'm not on no negativity, man. I'm minding my business, bro. Right? Minding my business. Like go your way, man. Right? So he calling me, bro. Like, it's pissing me off now. Right? And this is when I really learned that. Like, when I'm mad when I was mad, like my dark side really turned up. Like there's no such thing as mercy. Like, I don't understand mercy. Like my consciousness shifts. Like, really, I turned from this really nice guy to a really dark person. Right. And I at that time, I didn't have a lot of control. I have a lot more control over my dark side now. So I tell people, leave me alone. Right. Long story short, this dude starts talking to me, telling me what he gonna do to me so I finally pick up the phone, right? He started telling me, yo, man, I'll do this and I'll do that. Right. And I had to tell him the truth. And I guess, he used to have a little eBay business where he used to make a lot of money on eBay, right? Selling stuff. So he's like, man, fuck you. I got more money than you anyway. You know what I mean? And I told him, I told him the truth. I told him the truth. I told him, I said, I don't know why you telling me about money, because money don't do nothing but pay for your funeral. Straight up. You know what I mean? Like money don't do nothing but pay for your funeral. Like, why are you telling me about money? Right? Long story short, long story short, he don't bother me no more. That's all I'm gonna say about that. BroYosef had destroyed all his enemies. I don't got no enemies. Right? But I'm the worst person to say you're gonna do something to me. You gonna tell me first? So just tell us on the dark side, man. You know what I mean? Just tell us on the dark side. Care about no money? What the fuck if you got some money? Like, I can't help you in the spirit world, you know? So this tells on the dark side. I'm telling y'all the truth. We done talked about hell, right? We're talking about all this stuff. So, I was going through some documents. This is very important, y'all. If you guys happen to find interesting things you like on the internet, y'all better download it now. I got tons of documents from websites. Some of these websites don't even exist. Right? That was giving out big facts, big science, right? Big science, man. And I want y'all to download stuff that y'all find interesting on the internet, man, because they taking science down. But I'm gonna share with you guys one of the websites that I used to go on heavy when I was on the left-hand path, right? And I really believe that this lady has made real contact with spiritual entities, right? With spiritual entities or demonic entities. Because the way she used to talk about them and explain them, it was just, it was just deep. And I used to go on this website all the time. And I'm telling you, I did a meditation. I'm gonna show y'all the meditation, right? I did the meditation, and it told me to imagine gold energy around me or something. I don't fully remember the meditation, but the meditation is right here, right? And the website was called The Joy of Satan Ministries, right? And I just actually looked them up today. I haven't looked them up in years, and they're still there. So I'm not telling nobody to become a Satanist. But if you on that left-hand path, BroYosef show love to everybody. If you're on that left-hand path, man, this is a lady I used to be into her, man. This meditation activates and empowers the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the psychic powerhouse of the brain. White gold is the most powerful of all the colors and is the color of the sun. And this is one of the reasons the original religions worship the sun. So she was talking about how the sun is related to your pineal gland. And she gives you the whole ritual right here. Okay? Pause the video if you're watching it, right? This part ain't important, but pause the video if you want to see this ritual. Do the ritual. This ritual is from 2011. I downloaded this ritual, y'all. That's for people who want to be on the left-hand path. I show love to everybody. So pause the video, look at the ritual, right? That ritual, when I did that ritual, I remember I was holding my hands like this, and I saw a ball of static electricity in my hand. In 2011, it scared the shit out of me. Real talk. I was holding my hands like this, and I saw a ball of static energy, some Dragon Ball Z shit, while I was doing this meditation. Okay? Some powerful shit. But you guys can go in there, and I'm telling you, a lot of her rituals and stuff. Some of y'all got to y'all mind state still too religious. So y'all can't get with what I'm saying, and it's cool. It's not for you. But I'm an occultist, right? I say metaphysician to be nice. BroYosef is an occultist. I'm an alchemist, right? I understand all this left hand path, right hand path shit. And you know, sometimes we make it hard. It's not hard. You don't gotta go all deep with shit. Sometimes it's about using your imagination, right? But she got some good. You know, it's crazy because on the website, she tried to get you to join the devil and, you know, join the army of Satan. You know, she tried to get you to do all that. You know, she got self-hypnosis, pyrokinesis, energy meditation. Man, she got a personal meditation that she got directly from a demon that was connected to Satan, she says. Directing energy from Azazel. I did that. I'm not showing y'all that shit. Because some of y'all gonna have nightmares. But that's real deal right there. Directing energy from Azazel. I did that ritual back in the day. I ain't gonna talk about it. Wasn't a bad experience. I don't want to get nobody thrilled. You know, that's real talk. You know what I mean? Y'all remember when Brother Bobby Heyman used to talk about R&B learner? You know, he is the guy that invented the word melanin, R&B learner. These are all old from like 2010, 2011. Like I got folders of this stuff, man. Right? R&B learner. And Brother Bobby was saying that before melanin was called melanin, it was called occultum. Right? It was called occultum. Right? These websites don't even exist no more. This is from a website that's talking about monoatomic gold, and it was talking also about a book. It says the Philosopher's Stone, also known as portable gold. This is created using a black powder known as occultum, the universal solvent, which has the power to transmute metal. Everybody got melanin. If you didn't have melanin, you wouldn't be living right now, because melanin is the key essence of all life. The key essence of life. You can't be alive without melanin. Some people got different types of melanin, but you can't be alive. That's a fact. It's biology. You can't live without melanin. Some people's melanin are stored in their body. Some people got it all over their body. Like black people are melanin dominant. But R&B learner, right? Brother Bobby. This one I should study Brother Bobby really heavy. He talked about that. I studied R&B learner. See, I should listen to Bobby Heyman, man, write all the notes down and go study everything. That's what I used to do. And I wrote a note here that said, look in the book called Dragon Legacy on page 382 for more information on this subject, right? And guess what I went and bought right afterwards? Bam! The Dragon Legacy. The Secret History of an Ancient Bloodline. I had this book for years, family. I know I'm always giving y'all some, now this is written by a prince, right? A prince from Scotland that gives you all the secret science. Now I'm about to blow y'all mind. Check this out. Check this out. Man, they talk about all kind of stuff in here, man. Draconian. Now I'm about to tell y'all something, man. Go watch the movie Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. Right? Go watch the movie Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie is a powerful fae or fairy that is ruling over a certain particular land called the land of the Moors. And they call the people the Mori people. Powerful. And they talk about all that in here. They talk about how the people that started the families in Europe, which were started by the Moors, the dragons, the most powerful family was called the dragons. The most powerful family was called the dragons. Okay? The racism kills your soul, so let's be racist. Why am I racist? I'm talking about melanin? If I'm lying, then tell me I'm lying. I don't understand what you mean. Maybe you didn't mean that towards me, family. I don't know. I apologize if you didn't. It's not about racism, right? We telling facts and science and truth, right? Brother Yusuf got, I do consultations with people everywhere in the world. I show love to everybody. But I'm just telling the truth. Dragon legacy. They talk about the fairies was a family. There was a family called the Fae people, the fairies. They talk about the people in Scotland, the gnomes and the and how the short, there were short pygmy type people that was in Scotland who were the first Celtics, and they taught Druid magic. I didn't say this. This man wrote it in a book. He's a prince. He wrote it in a book. Dragon legacy. They talk about the fairies and gnomes and the goblins and the leprechauns and all that stuff was nothing but people who lived there. They were names of families. Yes. And the most powerful one was called the Dragon family. The Dragon legacy. And Brother Bobby already broke the science down of how people over there was the Moors started all that. So I'm not saying that the Draco people don't exist or the Draconian people don't exist. What I'm telling y'all is that it's deeper than that. Right? It's deeper than that. And I don't got a lot of time to break that down. But I wanted to show y'all that, that information. Right? I got pictures of everything. Right? Y'all remember this photo? My spiritual father appeared to me on a roof. Yeah, I took a picture of that. And I could take anybody to that roof to this day. I document all my stuff, man. I'm not doing this for play, man. I keep this stuff is real with me, man. I really put in a lot of spiritual work to get where I am spiritually. I want y'all to understand that. Right? Oh, I can't show y'all that one. If y'all saw what was in here, I can't tell y'all what was in here. It's something good too. This is for a futuristic class. I can't even talk about this right now. This is powerful right here. All right, it's powerful. So, but I am about to get off the live stream, family. I hope you guys enjoyed the y'all remember that dude that was shooting up people in LA? And he just disappeared. This brother right here. Right? And he disappeared. Nobody ever know what happened to him. I was doing a whole study on that dude, man. He didn't even exist. I'm a researcher, man. I'm a researcher. What else I got here to show y'all? Right? So, Brother Bobby said something that's very true. Everybody on this planet has the ability to evolve spiritually. That's a fact. Right? But one thing he said that is very true. He said the oldest people on the planet are going to evolve first. And also, Brother Dr. Dover Blair used to say the same thing. The oldest people on the planet is going to evolve first. And this right here is from, I think this is CNN News. And the University of Arizona was conducting a study for the government. And they said, African Americans' Y chromosome sparks shift in the evolutionary timetable. Right? Just to let y'all know I ain't making stuff up. Right? And it's a pretty deep article, man. I printed this out years ago. But basically it was saying how African Americans' chromosomes and their DNA is starting to evolve because of the sun. The sun is making their DNA evolve. Right? So y'all know how I do with these live streams. I know y'all want to see more. Because I'm always showing y'all some crazy stuff, right? And I could show y'all a bunch more. But Brother Yusuf gotta go, man. All right? I really appreciate y'all being on these videos with me, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys liked it. Everybody that sent in the donations, thank you. Yeah, I'll show one of my magic wands in the video. The main one that I use. you know. And if I do a 102 class on the magic wands, I'll show other staffs and wands, you know, but I build them, I make them myself. But no point in having a wand if you don't know how to use the magic wand. You know, no point in doing that. Conscious soul living, thank you. Peace, family. So, you know, that's what it is, family. So we still at war, family. I want y'all to stay encouraged. The feathers is up, right? A couple of days ago, somebody asked me that. They said, "Why you got feathers in your hat, man?" I said, "Because I'm at war. You know, my skin is the same color as this bracelet. I am the copper colored people. You know, when they came over here, they said they saw copper colored people, not red people. But, you know, there's nothing against the Native Americans because they're our family too. They're just a more earlier version. Excuse me, a more later version. The indigenous people, I am the copper colored person. That's why I wear copper, to represent my culture. You know, let me tell you a big secret. If you want to get into Palo Mayombe, if you want to get into voodoo, right? If you want to get into voodoo, if you want to get into Santeria, if you want to study all the magic of Congo, Bushism, animism, whatever, I could keep naming spiritual systems, right? If you guys want to study any of those things, understand first, you must first get into the culture. So in order to tap deeper into the astrology, in order to tap deeper into the astrology or the energy, you're going to have to get into the culture. She said, this is technically Dragon Magic 102, or is there more you can do on them specifically? Absolutely. Astro Jolie, thank you for the donation. Yes, Dragon Magic 102. Y'all not going to let that live down for nothing. This is nothing close to, she said, yep. This is nothing close to Dragon Magic 102. When I finally put that, I'm going to blow y'all mind, man. You know, my house is protected by a very powerful dragon, right? You mean Native American. I'm not sure what you mean, family. I have respect for Native Americans. Those are my people too, right? Those are my people too. But I come from the Olmec, the indigenous people of America that look like me. Y'all seen that picture of George Floyd? And they put an Olmec head next to him. He looked exactly like it. The oldest group of people on the planet they found was the Olmecs, right? They were copper colored people. You know, that's not to downplay nothing. I'm just standing tall in my pride, in my heritage, right? My grandfather was Cherokee for real. Like, this ain't something, don't make up stuff now. I don't think I'm just making this stuff. My grandfather was really Cherokee, right? Facts. Born in a Cherokee town area. Facts. Right? So, you know, so just to say it again, if you guys really want to embrace energy of a specific thing, you got to get into the culture first, right? So whether it's nature, shamanism, whatever it is, I embrace the culture. You know, I embrace the culture. You know, so I am what I am. You know, I'm not trying to be like nobody. So if you're a magician, if you're an occultist, you need to embrace that shit. You need to get into the culture of being an occultist. Can't be on the fence. If you're a witch, you know, my wife is a witch. My wife's been a witch for a long time, right? She really lived that shit, right? She gets into the whole science of witchcraft. She's been doing it for a long time, right? So the whole thing is like, if you're going to get into those things, live the culture first. You better know what that waxing moon means when that waxing moon hit. You better know what that waning moon means if you call yourself a Wiccan, you know, right? Or a witch. You better know what them Yulis mean. You better know what that means, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. We're gonna do some more. I know I'm a little early, right? I usually do a video a week, so my next video wasn't supposed to be till Sunday. But I hit y'all early, right? I hit y'all with this early. Right? So once again, if y'all want consultations, y'all hit me up, nulyfetools@gmail.com. If y'all just want to ask me some regular questions, nulyfetools@gmail.com. I'll put the link below the video. If you ain't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, nulyfetools@gmail.com. If y'all want to support the movement for the t-shirts, Tribology I'm getting ready to take it to another level. It's below the link. The link is gonna be below the video. Tribology is a lifestyle. I'm building that brand up little by little, piece by piece. So, yo, I'm always grateful when y'all come on here with me, man. I'm so grateful that y'all want to listen to BroYosef. Y'all take your time for it. Shout out to all the up and coming other spiritual teachers out there. Much respect to everybody. I love y'all. BroYosef, really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Do I sell jewelry? No, it's coming. It's coming soon. Mercury retrograde is coming, family. You ain't supposed to start nothing new in a Mercury retrograde. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I did a video about that. So I'm taking it slow through the Mercury retrograde. And after the Mercury retrograde is over, we'll see what's going to happen. Right? Mercury retrograde, I think, is on the 18th of this month. Remember, it ain't a time to be scared during Mercury retrograde. It's a time for self-reflection. It's a time when you're supposed to think about what you want to do. Right? So y'all know how that goes. So self-reflection. Think of your greatest ideas during the Mercury retrograde. So peace and love to y'all, family. I'm so grateful. I'm about to go get with the family real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got more to come. Thank y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later, family. Peace, peace.